Okay, so welcome back to Night Errants, and now I've gotten rid of all the lore guys in the world. Let's talk about gaming. Pushing small plastic dolls around the table, rolling dice, and sometimes, occasionally, winning.
Did you say setting?
Winning.
Setting. The narrative, the story of the game.
Well, we can talk about... Yes, that's also part of the game. But the story of the game, not the story of the game world. But the game, because that is something we actually haven't really touched about.
Now, the past few weeks we've been talking about novels and lore bits in codices.
Yes.
And mind you, in a time where they release a codex a month, basically, we took the chance and just theorized way into the future.
Yeah.
And by the way, those lotto numbers were false.
Yeah.
We're not millionaires. We're still sitting with a lovely heat lamp in a wooden shed in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But we actually talked about earlier that we wanted to make a wish listing episode.
Yeah.
Where we talk about where we would like Games Workshop to take Shadow War Armageddon. Or perhaps more adequate, where we would like to see them take the Shadow War franchise.
Yeah.
For all we know, they just released the same edition, Shadow War.
Maybe.
We can
Probably
hope
not.
this is a wish listing episode.
Yeah. They might have put out not a second edition, but an expansion of some kind.
Yeah. Actually, I wrote to Games Workshop and asked them where I would have to go to ask about Shadow War. They directed me to the White Dwarf team.
Yeah.
I wrote the White Dwarf team and said, hey, I have these and these thoughts about, mainly I will like, the Skitari could really use a writer who just had some fraction of idea about the Skitari. Because they're boring, as I've been saying in a previous video. It's not that they're underpowered, because they're not. They're just not Skitari. They don't have the feel at all. And I had a few suggestions, and then I mentioned, at that point, the Dark Imperium were coming up for pre-order, and I were like, if you were really cool, you would throw out a PDF where you could make 2 kill teams with the models in Dark Imperium box. And use them for Shadow War. And they were like, those are really great ideas, we haven't thought about that, but we'll probably do that. And they didn't.
Yeah.
So,
It might have been too late. And
it wouldn't have taken many hours for a rules writer to sit down, make a PDF, throw them up on the community page, and be there for the release.
That's true.
I mean, I could have done that.
Yeah.
Only difference is I don't have a little nice tag that says chapter approved.
But yeah. So
actually, at some point, I hope the Errant franchise gets so big that we can just do that and it would be canon.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Skirmish 40k, Necromunda, Shadow War. I'm still hoping. I really like Armageddon. That is my favorite, my second favorite planet. Would have been my third, but the first one blew up.
No.
But I would love a Shadow War Kathachan, or what it's called, the Jungle Planet.
Yeah.
I think that would be insanely cool. Fill your table up with the jungle trees. Jungle fighters versus environment could be a campaign in itself. A solo campaign, like we saw in Frostgrave.
Yeah.
You could have Shadow War Necromunda, Shadow War Gorgamoga.
Yeah. basically you could put out some well, just to keep like really simply just an expansion that had let's say a couple of different campaigns in them that had kind of different setting rules, basic different hunt for the Prometheum's role table.
They could actually do like Town Crier.
Yeah.
They could make a magazine, and then once a year they could make an annual.
Yeah. They could.
Or they could just, if they want to sell more White Dwarf, have it as a segment in White Dwarf, and then make the annual. So when I bought all the White Dwarf, they'd be like, "Oh, you could get it in one book."
Yeah.
Because I'm a moron.
They could also.
I would pick it all up.
Yeah. They could make one campaign that would focus on having a longer campaign than the 15 Prometheum.
I talked about this in Errant Update months back, but I think that Shadow Armageddon was intended to be a one-shot to draw back in us old gamers, to make us remember how much we liked Second Edition and Necromunda, and as we were going to the community page for our free expansions, we would notice 8th edition articles.
Yes, and all these cool new miniatures.
And the fact that the rules were not stupid anymore.
Yeah.
And then that was the job of Shadow War.
Yeah.
That was the only purpose it had in life. It was to bring us back into the fold.
Yes. But it had more success than that.
Yeah, but I think if they want to keep it as a gateway drug into Warhammer 40k, they will have to update the core rules to fit with 8th edition. The stat line has to be recognizable for a 14-year-old kid who picks up a game. So there will have to be no initiative.
Which basically means, but for that they need to basically make a completely different skirmish.
And they actually just have to do the same as they did with the second edition rules when they made them skirmish.
Yeah, exactly. Which is still a whole new game because you cannot just.
But to be honest, Mordheim, Necromunda, Gorgamorga.
Yeah.
It's the post game.
Yeah.
The actual board game.
Yeah.
Is 25% of your actual die rolling experience. Yeah, sure, you have your hit rolls and your wound rolls. Those are pretty straightforward. Then you have all your abilities. But where the skirmish games really differ is the post game.
The post game and also the
list building.
The list build and the whole getting attached to your every single model. And
but that happens in the post game.
Yeah,
because that's where they die or gain levels.
That's true, but it also happens on the battlefield because you have this one guy who's now pulled off.
But if he's dead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course.
If he heroically survives and gains an extra level, he's suddenly your MVP.
Yeah.
And I think if they were if they were smart, which they are, but if they were smart my way, they would not just spit out a second edition because the community would go like, money grabbing bitches.
Yeah.
You could have just put this out at the first time. They would keep the Shadow War logo and they would put another planet under there. They would update the rules.
Yeah.
Then they would put out a free PDF that allowed you to translate
all
the kill teams that is previously available to the new rule set. Because that would be fair.
Yeah.
Then, because there are money grabbing bitches, they'd release a compendium book with all the kill teams from both of the settings.
Yeah.
Without the campaign rules and all, just a kill team book, a codex kill teams.
Yeah.
And add 4 new exclusive kill teams that required you to buy that book.
Yeah.
Not 2, because fool me twice.
Yeah.
They've done that.
Yeah.
They would have to double up to actually sell it, and it takes less than an hour for an experienced writer to write a kill team. I mean, I've been writing spell schools for LARPs.
Yeah.
Once you get into the flow, you can make decent and balanced spell schools that are still unique, really, really fast. If you're
Yeah.
into
And
the
there
flow
are-
and been doing that a
and
lot.
There are a bunch of untapped possible kill teams out there.
A bunch? I mean, any single plastic box you can think of.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a heat lamp in the way, but
Yeah.
there are at least 7 potential kill teams just there that are not yet been released.
And
And 2 of them are in the Deathwing box.
And on top of that, there's also the kill teams that you might not be able to make out of a box.
Yeah, actually, I think that was the worst decision ever. The Inquisition and the Adeptus Sororitas.
Yeah.
The kill teams. While I get that it was fan favorites and they were requested, I really liked that you could sit down with a friend, play a game, and be like, "Hey, you want your own kill team?
Yeah.
Go pick up a single box of plastic miniatures, because that was always the problem in Mordheim.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you want Warband? Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna buy these 2 plastic boxes to cover your henchmen.
Yeah.
Then you need these 6 ugly metal miniatures, and in case you actually want to change the equipment, you should probably invest in 2 other metal miniatures. And I would suggest also going to some flea markets and some bit stores just to have a chance. Oh, and they come with the wrong bases, and also you need to invest at least 600 Danish krona in paint.
Yeah.
That's a high barrier for a skirmish game.
It is. But
with Shadow War, before the 2 last Warbands, you would go to the store, you could buy a standard squad box, and a standard get started paint set with the small paint pads, and you could actually, and a spray can, unless just make it easy, but still, we're looking at an investment on less than an after work session at a cocktail bar.
But I still think that one doesn't rule out the other.
I think it is discouraging when that barrier exists, that there are exclusive, you have to buy old ugly metal models.
Well, it shouldn't, of course it shouldn't be, you have to buy old ugly metal models.
But Inquisition and Adeptus Sororitas is old ugly metal models.
Yeah.
You don't see them make a kill team with other things with old ugly metal models because, oh wait, they made plastic boxes.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of other good ideas.
Yeah. There were, of course, this would also, of course it would be really awesome if some of these things, instead of having old ugly metal models, actually had plastic boxes.
Actually, I thought, when I first unboxed Shadow Armageddon back a few days before release, because I had a supplier who was awesome, that I will not mention moderator on the Facebook group who were like, I will report that store to Games Workshop. It's not their fault. Danish postal system is unreliable.
Yeah. They're usually very, very late, but sometimes they're really early.
Yeah. And you're not the police, dear moderator of a Facebook group, who pissed me off by doing that. Sorry. Anyway, what I thought at first, when I looked at the book, I was like, wow, Steel Legion is getting a plastic box. That was my thought. I mean, everything else had a plastic box in the core rulebook.
Yeah.
Then the PDFs came, and I was like, Steel Legion is definitely getting a plastic box.
Yeah.
And then the Inquisition and Sororitas dropped, and I was like, Steel Legion is still stuck with their old box of 10 monopose shitty metal miniatures.
Yeah.
And I really like Steel Legion, but I really don't like monopose metal miniatures.
No.
I'm like Ronan in that aspect.
Yeah.
I like metal, but I like not the metal models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Ronan just doesn't like metal.
No.
Ronan, we miss you. Come back to Night Errant.
Yeah. But still, there are. Although I still gotta say, there are some really interesting kinds of kill teams out there that don't have a plastic box, no,
Yeah, but
could be really, really interesting to play.
Yeah, but the Custodies and the Sisters of Silence got plastic boxes out of board game.
Yeah.
And now you could, and it's honestly, it's a shot in the foot to close the market for the Shadow War gamers.
Yeah.
Not to release them with a Shadow War team.
Yeah.
Why the hell not make that Inquisition warband as part of a board game?
Yeah.
Give them 40k rules and make a Shadow War warband.
Yeah.
It's a win-win-win. Because Imperial agents are cool.
Yeah.
And people will not have to invest in a whole army. They can add it to any Imperial army. And when did the last time do? Oh, right. The Custodies, the Sisters of Silence, and the Imperial Knight are great examples of a unit you can add to any Imperial army is bound to sell if you can make cool models. And Citadel, you can say what you will, they make damn cool models.
Yeah, they should be able to figure out a way to make cool Inquisitor.
Imagine a multi-part box.
Yeah.
Where the Inquisitor and the henchman are interchangeable.
Yeah.
So you can make your henchmen, your what do you call them, crusaders, your assassins, your death cultists, and the only guy who would be monopose would be the Jackaroo Weaponsmith, who were in the corner of one sprue.
Yeah.
That you would just cut off and put on the base, like the powder monkey in the Imperial gunner line from Fantasy. And everything else would be interchangeable, so, Storm Shield, I'll put that on my Inquisitor. Or, I have one power armor buddy. Would I make my Inquisitor in power armor? Or would I rather have an Acolyte with a plasma gun in power armor?
Yeah.
Or,
well,
not in 8th edition, but back in the day you would.
Yeah.
But anyway, a box set that were... I mean, do you remember... I don't know if the camera can see that high, but do you remember when these boxes came out? The Mordheim, the original Mordheim boxes. We had humans and Skavens in boxes, 20 guys a box, and you could go to town.
Yeah.
Not as much as you can with newer sets, but back then...
Back then they were
amazing.
Yeah.
And Games Workshop can do that.
Yeah.
Only reason they wouldn't do that is because they're afraid that they would cheat themselves because people would not be buying something else. But then that raises the question, are people still buying metal Inquisitors and metal Sisters of Battle?
Yeah.
I don't believe the internet when everybody says that they would buy a whole army of Sisters of Battle if they came in plastic. I think that has just become a thing.
Yeah.
What I would like to see them do, though, that would cost them 1 hour work per kill team, and I bet you that would bring itself back, because the difference between me writing rules and some guy who works for Games Workshop writing rules is if he does it, it'll sell models.
Yeah.
If I do it, at best, 3 weird guys sitting in a basement will convert old models up to look like that. The Deathwing box can be Deathwing Knights, have a plasma cannon, have an assault cannon, have all the options possible for Terminators.
Yeah.
Yes, Deathwing seems maybe a bit out of the league.
But
Tyranid Warriors?
Grey Knights.
Yeah, with the psychic powers.
Yeah.
And also, Deathwing would make sense to operate in a 3 to 5 man squad.
Yeah.
They're the elite of the elite, and they don't go home till they're done. So maybe they started out 20 man, we don't know.
Yeah.
But when they enter the campaign, there are so many left, and they kick ass.
And you could, and basically you could do that with most elite choices for most armies.
And actually most troop choices too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, troop choices are
And I'm
obvious.
just looking at boxes we have up here.
Yeah.
Castle and robots. The box comes with 2 big robots.
Yeah.
And a data smith, who is basically a tech priest.
Okay, yeah.
That's not a bad starting warband.
No.
Remember, we're allowed to add a few troops if we want to.
Yeah.
But they could be a core warband.
Yeah.
2 big robots and a tech priest who can repair them, change their orders, and he has nice gear himself. Actually, I think that that's a pretty good bet, and I think what I would do to ride those, I would just add up, say, you can't go up to having 4 robots and 2 priests. No other units, just keep it there, because that would be interesting. Have you seen, what's the name, Big Hero 8 or something?
I haven't seen it, no.
No, but they look like that, and that would be quite awesome. Having them like these chunky superheroes and the guy who makes them do stuff.
Yeah. Actually, just since we already talked earlier about different settings for it.
Yep.
Like a Gorgamorga style for all the bikers and the jet bikers and the...
actually, just Gorgamorga style. You want to move some orc boxes off the shelves?
Yeah.
Gorgamorga?
Yeah, but
it's salted back then. Yeah. I mean, I had my my Gorg and my Morg team because I had a really hard time getting my friends into Gorgamorga because they were playing Necromunda.
Yeah.
So I made 2 orc teams, and I had an orc army already. So whatever I built would also support my orc army.
Yeah.
And I kind of over-expanded because then I got this idea, and my army was a classic goth army.
Yeah.
But I got this idea, what if I had a mob that was all bikes?
Yeah.
Then I got this idea like, okay, what if I went all in and goths and just have big trucks with a ton of boys that I just unloaded on them? Then they released Mutant Raiders, and I was like, I don't really like their aesthetics. I doubt the playstyle is for me, but this is the first chance I ever have to do something where I'm not sure I like them, but I could at that point afford it.
Yeah.
Because that was okay cheap, you just needed to buy 5 guys.
Yeah.
So I bought them because I was like, I need to try this out.
Yeah.
Digger Knobs never appealed to me. Rebel Grots, I loved them, but a lot of metal and also I at that point I had around 300 Gretchens that I hadn't painted yet, and it was hard to justify going and buy more.
Yeah. But like a setting, but also like a setting for all the bikes and jet bikes, and just about every army has something that fits into that category.
And actually they could have gone with the Gangs of Comirage, or what is it called, that board game, and just put that out, not make it a limited.
Yeah.
Pop out a PDF saying, okay, so you don't want to play that? Have you considered playing Harlequins versus Harlequins in some theater stuff? No, because Harlequins wouldn't fight each other. That's just a matter of writing a bit of law.
Yeah.
They have this place where they meet every 500 years and fight. Or White Scars. White Scars have this tournament to determine who has the right to wear the biggest cock ring.
Yeah.
So
but I like
and accidentally.
But I like those games to go more like the Shadow War direction.
That was my point. You would put out small setting PDFs with a bit of story, a bit of narrative, but also spit out the rules.
Yeah.
And then it was up to us, the players, to say, okay, so I have my White Skies Bikers, you have your Dark Elder Jetbikes.
Yeah.
Let's have a battle, let's make a story.
Yeah.
Because what Games Workshop is getting better at is telling us, why don't you tell the story?
Yeah.
Here is a whole galaxy.
Yeah.
Plenty of space. And if the more they give us that power, the more weird ass combination of models they can tell us.
Exactly.
I'm just going to do like this again because that was actually kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. The Ravenwing Nightbugs.
Yeah.
3 bikers.
Yeah.
With so many options that you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You can give them, if you actually made a kill team for the champion in there, there are 1 of each power weapon in awesome skull.
Yeah.
Every power weapon redesigned to look cool. There's a relic blade and a power sword that are 2 different swords, but look awesome. They have the plasma talents. They have the grenade launcher. They have a huge ass banner. They have a different backseat relic they can chuck around. They have a full apothecary set, which is something they completely denied using probably in Shadow War. It's like, no, an apothecary should be, as I see it,
Yeah.
either he should not be there,
Yeah.
or he is part of the squad.
Yeah.
He is not some guy you call in to pick. I mean, the last thing I would do as a sergeant is, we're gonna die. Could you send somebody to pick up our gene seed?
Yeah.
I would be like, could you just drop a few Terminators and I could go home, please? It's not like I'm scared. It's just I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Requesting Terminators at my position. Yes.
Yeah. Which is always a problem when you're talking some of the chapters. I mean, when would Dark Angel Scouts, for instance?
Yeah.
Okay, you can choose Dark Angels in Shadow War because that would be Angels of Vengeance, but they have the same chapter structure. When would they ever be deployed without being, okay, this is fucked because the enemy is turned out to be 5 Tyranid warriors.
Yeah.
And who killed Tyranids? Oh wait, First Company.
Yeah.
So, hey guys, this sucks.
Yeah.
Of course, you can make a narrative, but why not instead have the rules to say, okay, you killed my scout kill team 3 times now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of starting over. I'm playing my Terminators.
Yeah.
Also, look at some of the other cool chapter boxes. Black Templars, the mix of neophytes and proper fighters, or a Sanguine Guard.
Yeah.
Jumping around.
Yeah.
Deathwatch. All that funky ammo would really come into play in a proper skirmish game.
Oh yeah. Hell, in skirmish game, you could even give them all the funky boulder pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
Things as
you
well.
could have you could do like an Internal Crusade where you have the Stalker.
Yeah.
That is an actual sniper rifle, but a boulder.
Yeah.
And you could have all that shit.
All the great things they actually put into the RPGs.
Yeah, exactly.
As I said in an earlier episode, Rogue Trader kill team. I know there's the minis aren't that really out there, at least not in a plastic box.
No, but with a Rogue Trader kill team,
yeah,
you could do the clever thing and say, hey, what if this PDF was free from Forge World?
Yeah,
and they put out a Rogue Trader team.
Yeah.
Because that would also sell to all the RPGs.
Yeah.
It would fit perfectly into a lot of dioramas.
Yeah.
And Forge World is all about the beautiful model that you actually buy because you want to paint it.
Yeah.
Oh, at least that's... Basically, I don't check the rules when I buy a Forge World model. I check the rules when I want to play with a Forge World model. But I buy it because I want to paint it. Because no matter how good the rules are, the price tag is going to make the rules ridiculous.
Yeah.
I buy it because I am feeling the black hole in my heart.
Yeah.
And the only way to stop it is if I get to paint this Imperial Knight.
Yeah.
That's what Force World is good at.
Or this Raider Demon. Or...
Very great. I'm very happy with my Nurgle Demon and I will paint it. My wife keeps telling me to paint it. It just feels silly to paint it before I have an army to put it on. And I'm working on a Nurgle army. If you've been following the channel, I'm actually doing great.
Yeah.
Not that my painting is superb. I'm not going to win any golden demons, but I doubt any of you guys out there could get squats done as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Because space dwarfs are hard to find. I mean, oh damn, units. Oh, also, by the way, if I were to add warbands, I would like a Necron warband that consisted of warriors with scarabs. Because when you buy the warrior box, there are 3 scarab bombs in there.
Oh, and I would actually like something with the lesser demons. Actually, I thought Chaos Cultist warband.
Actually, I thought the reason there were no demons were that they were on purpose transitioning to the third War of Armageddon.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, there is Grey Knights, but no demons whatsoever. Obviously, they're going to make an expansion with all the demons.
Yeah. But
at this point of filming, they really didn't. I think they were afraid that it was run out because the Age of Sigmar players are buying all the demons and really want us 40k players to stop because they can't supply us all.
Maybe.
Also, the options in a plastic box of core demons are null.
Yeah, that's true. But what I would like to have seen was actually also to keep it down in the power level, like a Chaos Cultist kill team with that could summon a couple.
You're back to the unnecessary extra box to get your specialists.
That's true.
And that's the one you would want to avoid from a marketing perspective.
Yeah.
What you could do, and what would actually be clever, is you could say, okay, start collecting boxes.
Yeah.
The Nurgle start collecting box. You have 3 guys riding on drones.
Mm-hmm.
Those you do not get to use because this is a skirmish game.
Yeah.
So you have a Herald.
Yeah.
He's your boss man.
Yeah.
Then you have a bunch of plague bearers and a bunch of Dirtling swarms.
Yeah.
Beady body boom, bam, you have a kill team.
Yeah.
And you can even have the flying guy as a spec up.
Yeah. And it's remember some of the kill teams also have absolutely no options for the guys. Eldar.
Necrons.
Craftworld Eldar.
Yeah, and Necrons for that matter.
Well, they at least have a choice between 2 guns.
I've been trying to. I was playing with the idea of putting together a Craftworld Eldar with some older models and having some fun. Apparently, that idea was not unique, and on eBay, those damn weapon platforms.
Yeah.
I might as well just go ahead and buy all the boxes.
Yeah, okay.
Because the weapon platforms on eBay are gazillion.
Okay. But yeah.
But I had the idea of making a more space parody Craftworld Eldar team. Yeah. I just needed those weapon platforms, and I could basically put the rest together with the fantasy elves.
Yeah.
Because what is called Chronoscope has some really lovely models that would be perfect for elf pirates in the rogue trader style.
The whole the elder, I kind of like the idea of the elder kill team, but the complete lack of options for anything other than the weapon platform.
Yeah, I like that from a perspective. If I were to make a warband for someone, it would make it really easy to put it together and say, here you go, I didn't put in any magnets because... I mean, I like magnets, but I also like to have the option to put in magnets. I will never again do what I did with my scouts. Because it took me 3 times the time it took me to paint the kill team to paint their arms.
Okay.
And when I was done, I realized that I didn't know the rules well enough.
Yeah.
And I should have made more of some arms and fewer of some arms.
Yeah.
And that was insanely annoying. And I can imagine if you're playing in a league, you're just a guy who walks into Games Workshop. You've been playing friendly games of Age of Sigmar with your friends, and you're like, I want to be in this Shadow War League in the store. Oh, I only have to buy 1 box, paint it up, and I'm good. Cool. That is really nice. God damn it, you're getting tired after game 6. That you gave your Blood Bride this loadout when you actually want to give your Blood Brides and your leader this loadout, and there are only 1 set of these weapons in the goddamn box. Because then it's not a 1-box kill team anymore. For my wife's Dark Elder, I robbed bit stores of all their chain hooks to make the kill team work.
Yeah, there's that. But that goes for most of the kill teams, or at least a lot of the kill teams.
And now we get to the point that really pisses me off. So, you have to go to a bit store to make them work. The options are there, but to get enough of them, then why the hell can't my Scout Sergeant take a Power Fist? Makes no sense because look at the index, it's right there. The Scout Sergeant, take a Combi Plasma Power Fist. He's a sergeant. He doesn't care.
That's true. And yeah,
if they already know that you're going to have to swap some bits, then why not open that up a bit? Oh, and by the way, if we actually have somebody who has an ear somewhere, would you remove those camo cloaks from the Chaos Space Marines? Because that is
Yeah.
pissing me off.
Yeah.
That is taking the one thing I had going for me and giving it to the enemy who didn't need any favors.
And another thing is just I'm not gonna put cloaks to hide my beautiful power armors.
Except you are, because sometimes you're like, okay, I could waste the points, or I could give him a cloak.
Actually, I wound up wasting the points instead.
I'm glad to hear that.
I put it on the list, and I never used it.
Fair.
Uh,
But I still think that's a copy paste error.
yeah.
So for wish listing, if you could pick one plastic box that is currently on the market to become a kill team.
Ooh, one plastic box is currently on the market.
Yeah. And no start collecting.
Yeah.
One unit box that you want to become.
I'm just actually without knowing what's actually there for with the plastic boxes, because I haven't really looked at it, but I think some of the other Eldar, what do you call them, aspect warrior things, striking scorpion springs to mind.
Yeah, you haven't played Eternal Crusade.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had, you would be like, I don't want to see a striking scorpion in my life again, ever. But yeah, striking scorpions would make perfect sense, and they actually have law-wise a reason for operating as a kill team.
Yeah, those are swooping horks, so basically just the other aspect warriors.
Yeah, I agree, and actually, I think they should have done like they did with the core kill teams. Space Wolves are a good example.
Yeah.
They have a slightly different weapon list.
Yeah.
Nothing is broken by saying these swooping hawks.
Yeah.
They have to buy this flight pack, and they have this rifle instead of that rifle.
Yeah.
Go. Inquisition. Why only one auto?
Yeah.
Why not all the others?
Yeah.
If I had to choose one box, when I started this video, I felt pretty sure I would say the Deathwing box, because it has so many options. It's beautiful models. It's a good value for a great team of up to 5 Terminators. It fits right in, and I think the game needs a Terminator kill team to make up for all, because mobility is king. Mobility is winning.
Yeah.
Yes, there are tanky teams, but they're also putting out a herd in a way that a Deathwing squad wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
A proper tanky, screw you, I'm here. And yes, if I get close to you, I'll power fist you in the face.
Yeah.
Yes, you can kite me, but I'll take my objective and I'll hang out.
Yeah.
I think they would be a blast.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to choose that. Because after, on a whim, mentioning the idea of the 2 Castellan robots and the 1 Data Smith, I'm actually so sold that I might actually write that one up.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a great idea, and the Castellans have plenty of weapon options, and you could double up with 2 boxes. That's not unheard of. But you could have a core kill team of 2 robots and a Data Smith. So that would be my choice.
Yeah.
What would be your choice? One plastic box that is currently on the market that you would like to see turned into a Shadow War. Doesn't have to be Armageddon, so you can choose Primaris, guys, if you want to see the Reavers as a kill team. I mean, they have the atmosphere to them. If you would like to see the Poxwalkers stalk in like the plague zombies of old in Necromunda, that's an option. Or a box we haven't even thought of.
Yeah.
You are actually allowed to write, hey morons, why did you forget about this? It has at least the same options as that Free Militia box you like so much.
Yeah. That would,
Actually, Cadian Overlords, or what they're called, the dwarfs.
Yeah.
Write up a set of squad rules.
Yeah.
Say, buy this box of fantasy dwarfs. It counts.
Yeah.
Hell, if you buy them in an official Games Workshop store, we'll give you a sprue of Laskans.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Actually, right now I'm thinking like that would actually be awesome. to start like convert some fantasy dwarfs into imperial whatever.
The Imperial squads and just play them as Scotland.
Either escarpments or just some really weird kind of Space Marine chapter. No, just because I could use Ironbreakers dwarfs in the really heavy armors.
No, stop that.
Yeah.
No matter how much people want the special rules for the dwarves, they're not Space Marines.
Yeah, I know.
They're humans.
Yeah.
They're just very short humans from high gravity worlds. They're not Space Marines.
Yeah, no. But just I just wondered what something with the rules for for them wearing a lot of armor.
There are rules for that. If you open your Shadow War book, look under Imperial Guard, you can buy the 4+ armor.
That's actually, I can do that.
And
I forgot about that option. Because normally I wouldn't do that because mobility is king.
And you lose 1 initiative, which would give you your dwarf.
Yeah. Oh yes, initiative, not even movement you lose.
Initiative.
Oh well.
So, what would be your choice? That's all for now. I'll see you next week with another brand. And take care and...
Bye-bye.